West 97.
3129 West 37. Hello?
Please, I need help.
Okay, I can't help you if I don't know where you're at, so tell me the address so we can help you.
31 on 29 West 97.
Okay, is it a single, double, or an apartment?
Please.
What's your name?
Kristel.
What's your last name, Kristel?
Kristel Candelario, please help me.
And what's your number in case you get disconnected?
What does it mean to be a parent? Protection, love, care. But on one quiet morning in Cleveland, that promise was shattered. Inside a small house, police uncovered a sight they would never forget. The lifeless body of 16-month-old Jailyn Candelario. Her small frame was weak, her skin cold, but the true horror wasn't just that she was gone. It was the unthinkable truth of who was responsible. This is the story of baby Jailyn Candelario, a child who never stood a chance. It was June 16th, 2023, when police responded to a frantic 911 call from a 31-year-old Kristel Candelario, who claimed she had woken up to find her daughter Jailyn not breathing. But what the officers saw inside was worse than any nightmare. Jailyn's playpen had become a prison. The blankets and liner were stiff with urine and feces. The smell was suffocating. The space meant to keep her safe had become her cage. Lying there was Jailyn. Her small body was still and lifeless. Her sunken eyes told a story of suffering that no child should ever experience.
She speaks English, is just limited.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, my name is John Dayton. I'm a detective with the Cleveland Police Department. I'm very sorry about what's happened. I want to offer you my condolences. This is one of the hardest parts of our job, so we really, want to offer our condolences to you. I'm very sorry about what's happened here. Thank you. Mind if I pull up a chair?
So entiéndeme, Elizabeth.
Could I have your name, please?
Yes, Kristel. Kristel. Candelario, Candelario.
What is the child's name?
Jailyn, Jailyn, and my last name the same, Candelario.
Okay.
Jailyn Candelario.
And her birthday?
January 26, 2022.
Okay. Where was she born? What
Where?
hospital? Yes, what hospital?
In Fairview Hospital.
Fairview Hospital. And did you have a doctor that she was seeing regularly? Like your family doctor?
No, we have like in the Western Fishing Center, like here in the Lorraine Avenue. It's like from Cleveland Clinic too. So
Okay.
we have the regular appointments in this center.
Where in that is where?
The Westtown Plaza, it's a
Yeah,
Cleveland
Westtown
Clinic
Plaza.
branch.
Oh, right at 110th and Lorraine?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have a doctor's name, or was there not a particular
No,
doctor
in
you would see?
particular, sometimes they give me different, names of
Okay.
the doctors. So it depends, when
So-
they have available appointments.
Okay. When was the last time she was at a doctor?
When she was with, 3 months ago, when she was, maybe, 2 or 3 months. Right now, actually, it's June. So almost 3 months.
3 months?
Yes, 3 months ago.
Grief has no rule book. It looks different for everyone. But something about Kristel's calm, almost relaxed demeanor feels out of place for a mother who lost her child just hours ago.
Problems with her stomach?
Regular before she was in emergency room in the Fairview Hospital.
When was that?
I don't remember the exactly day, but I think so. It's April or March or April. She was in emergency room.
Okay.
She get infection in her stomach. And she was with a lot of diarrhea.
Okay.
So her weight is, she lose, I was showing to him, like at the pictures, all the time she lose tiny. And she is almost, right now, she get 16 months in this month, June. So I told to the doctor the last time, I say she's really tiny for, for her age.
Kristel focused the conversation on Jailyn's health, subtly suggesting it was the reason for her passing. Pay attention to how calm she remains while discussing it, emphasizing that Jailyn was smaller for her age.
I know the different way of the people is different, I know.
Yes.
But I say, she's so tiny, I don't know why. And she say, no, she's normal. That's, her, her body. That's not the problem. So, in this morning I was sleeping too. I never wake up. She was...
what happened? What was going on last night?
Last night she was crying a lot. And I see one moment when I was take a shower, and she was screaming like, I don't know, probably she get a pain.
Okay.
Maybe.
About what time was that last night?
Maybe at 7 or 8 p.m.
Okay.
So she was screaming like, probably for pain or something like that. In this morning when I wake up, I took her in the morning and she wake up, and when I see her, I see she looks like a really, really dry, like a, ¿cómo se dice cuando una persona se chupa, o sea, se...
Kind of like...
Yes.
Kind of like...
Oh, like her face was sunken in?
So, yeah.
If Kristel had been home the entire time, as she claims, why then does Jailyn's frail body and the filthy state of her surroundings tell such a different story? And if Kristel knew Jailyn was in pain the night before, why didn't she take her to the hospital right then and there? Right away, something about Kristel's story didn't feel right. Investigators followed the trail of her lies, and they didn't have to look far. They pulled her travel records and checked nearby surveillance footage. What they uncovered was nothing like the story Kristel told the officers. In reality, she had been on vacation with her boyfriend and another friend from June 6th to June 16th. For 10 days, Jailyn was left alone. No babysitter, no family, no one. On June 6th, 2023, Kristel was captured leaving her house with a suitcase in her hand without Jailyn. On the third day, a neighbor's doorbell camera captured the sound of Jailyn's desperate cries for help. Her voice grew weaker. Then it stopped. While Jailyn sat alone, helpless, Kristel was living her best life, smiling on the beaches of Puerto Rico, cocktails by the pool, laughter with friends. When her Puerto Rico trip ended, she didn't go home. Instead, she flew to Detroit for even more fun. Meanwhile, back at home, Jailyn was still trapped, hungry, terrified, alone. CCTV footage finally captured Kristel returning home on June 16, 2023, 10 days after she left. When Kristel returned home, she found baby Jailyn's lifeless body. But instead of calling 911 right away, she took the time to change Jailyn's clothes first. By the time she finally called 911, it was already too late. Jailyn's lips were dry. Her sunken eyes told the story of unimaginable suffering. Her body showed signs of severe malnourishment. Her little fingers were caked with filth, some of it under her nails, some of it in her mouth. Jailyn's tiny body weighed 7 pounds less than it had at her last doctor's visit. On June 18th, 2023, detectives showed up at Kristel's ex-husband's house.
I'm good. Thank you.
¿Y quién vive aquí? Él es el papá de mi hija mayor. ¿De 7 años? Sí. Oh, okay. Sí, ella, entonces ayer yo estuve en el hospital desde el mediodía hasta las 5 o 6 de la tarde, que me dieron un poco de alta porque me pusieron como sedantes. Yo normalmente sufro como que el sistema nervioso, migraña y todo eso.
Oh, con migraña.
Y como no había dormido ni comido, entonces me cogió una debilidad muy fuerte.
Kristel claimed she had just returned from the hospital after a panic attack, a move seemingly aimed at gaining sympathy. But this time, the detectives weren't falling for it.
María es hermana tuya.
Sí, es mi hermana mayor.
So just kind of catch up to what she said. She said last night she went to the hospital. She suffered some migraines, things like that. And so she was released yesterday at 6 p.m. I asked her if she's notified her mom in Ecuador. She says the mother knows, but the father doesn't know because he's older and he's didn't want him to get ill from this news. This is the aunt.
Okay.
She is the sister of her mom.
Okay.
Who's in Ecuador. And then this gentleman here is the father of her 7-year-old daughter who's in Ecuador. Do you speak English?
No.
No. Okay.
The detectives then chose to speak privately with Kristel's ex-husband, determined to uncover any hidden details they might have missed.
So I'm asking him, does he know of any babysitter who would watch the kids when she needed, aside from her parents? He doesn't know of any babysitter.
Okay.
He doesn't know of any babysitter. I asked him what she does for a living. She's a teacher. He says somewhere on the east side. He doesn't know what grade she teaches, but she teaches somewhere on the east side.
The detective revealed the heartbreaking condition baby Jailyn was found in, but the ex-husband showed little emotion.
On a brand new investigation. Well, we can tell you a little bit. We can tell you that the child, you can see the bones in her body.
Yeah.
You could see her bones.
That's what she was saying.
Her face was
A rib cage.
her face was like this.
That's why that picture. That's why I asked you to send me that picture.
Completely
Because
different. Completely different.
it's like a totally different little girl.
Well, it's not something you want to hear, but it's definitely something that kind of took us back a bit too when we saw her. We were a bit like we weren't like expecting that. Yeah. So right now, all signs point to there's some type of neglect going on here, but it's our duty to
Investigate.
Right, exactly.
And your sister.
And I don't want you to be surprised when we come in here and we put cuffs on her. We don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
No.
We want to tell you what we're doing.
Yeah.
They've been gone since June 1st. So the last person who would have been in contact with Jailyn would have been.
Does she have anybody else that she talks to? Any friends? Any close friends? Anybody that she hangs out with that you know of?
No, we don't know. That's the
Like the secret.
the question mark.
Just to kind of let you know who's over here. Okay, so we respond to every child fatality. Every time there's a death that involves a child, we respond to that. And we investigate it. Okay, and sometimes we get evidence right away, sometimes we get evidence, it takes a little bit for us to get evidence. Based on the evidence that we've discovered so far, we have been advised by the prosecutor to place you under arrest for child endangering children. You'll have an opportunity to give your side of the story. We'll go downtown, you can tell us if you want to talk to us. You'll be more than happy to listen to what you have to say. That'll be your opportunity to tell us exactly what's happened here, okay? And then from there, we're gonna go to your house, but we'd rather use the key than bang on the door and damage the door. And then we're gonna take this car as well, for now, okay?
You can just put your hands behind your back for me right now.
Before she knew it, Kristel was arrested on charges of child endangerment. During questioning, Kristel initially clung to her story, but as the interrogation intensified, her lies were exposed.
So, I need you to be honest with me. At any point from Thursday night to Friday was Jailyn left unattended?
Yeah, so from what day to what day?
Because she said Thursday night she put her to bed. So from Thursday night at 9 p.m. to 7:20 a.m. on Friday. At any point was Jailyn left unattended?
Okay.
What else were there?
So, desde el jueves que la pusiste a dormir, sí, hasta el viernes que la encontraste, sí. ¿En algún momento ella estaba ahí sola?
No. O sea, dentro del cuarto.
¿Sola en la casa?
No, yo estaba ahí.
No, I was there.
So you was there the entire time? Okay, alright. At any point did you leave?
Cuando yo salía o cuando yo me movilizaba, yo la cogía a ella, salía con ella.
No, whenever I would leave, I would take her with me.
Y ustedes se pueden dar cuenta cuando ustedes entraron a la casa, el car seat estaba ahí. Y si no hubiera estado en mi carro, y yo pues no hubiera estado en la casa.
So is it safe to say what you're stating is when you would leave, Jailyn would go with you?
Yes.
Alright.
So let me ask you this. Thursday to Friday, okay? So from Thursday, the minute you put the baby to sleep, okay? Desde que tú pusiste a la nena a dormir el viernes, el jueves, de la noche,
sí,
hasta el viernes que la encontraste. Did you leave your house at any time?
Sí.
You did leave your
Estaba
house?
ahí.
No. Did you leave? ¿Tú fuiste de tu casa? ¿Algún momento
No.
te fuiste de la casa y no estabas en la casa?
No.
¿Algún momento desde el jueves de la noche hasta el viernes que la encontraste?
No, todo el tiempo estaba ahí.
No saliste para ningún lado?
No.
She said she never left the house from Thursday night till Friday when she found her daughter, when she discovered her daughter. She never left the house.
After hours of relentless interrogation and repeated lies, Kristel was close to finally confessing the truth.
Can you explain to me why your car is coming from Lorraine Avenue on June 16th, the day that we were at your house?
Yes.
Okay, at 7:36 in the morning, and parks in front of your house?
Because you can see on the table, I put the cream of the deceit because I buy a new one. And you can see it's closed, the carton or the container of the cream.
Okay.
So I was buying a new one for her.
Deceit?
Yeah, but I never but really in the morning, no 7:30.
Okay, so
before 7:30 because I was.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you in Spanish. Tenemos tu carro viniendo de la Lorraine Avenue a las 7:36 de la mañana.
Sí, pues ahora
parqueando enfrente de tu casa.
Sí, porque fui a comprar la deceit que estás enfrente ahí de la mesa principal, que yo la puse rápido ahí y subí.
Okay, so you're telling me that you left your house to go get some deceit. Where did you buy the deceit?
¿Cómo?
¿Dónde la compraste?
En la farmacia.
In the pharmacy, where?
Sí.
What pharmacy?
I don't remember the pharmacy. I don't remember the exactly pharmacy, but
It was open early in the morning?
yeah, really early in the morning because yo necesitaba la crema pensando que ella seguía con el rash.
So you went to buy the cream, but let me ask you this, when you got up, did you check on the baby before you went out the door?
Yo la chequeé, sí,
You
pero ella no estaba, o sea, para mí ella estaba de lado al principio,
She was on her side,
pero después ya la vi que estaba enfrente.
and then she was on her back?
No
She
estaba, de frente, así de frente.
She was laying like this.
Sí, ajá, de frente.
Right, so when you got up off the bed, right, before you went to go buy Desitin at 7:36 in the morning, did you check on the baby? ¿Chequeaste a la nena?
No, antes no.
You didn't check on the baby?
No, porque ella siempre que yo la chequeaba, ella se movía y se levantaba.
Okay, so you woke up,
Entonces cuando yo regreso
checked
a
on
la
the baby, you went and got the Desitin, and then you came back, and then you checked on the baby.
Sí, cuando yo regreso y la chequeo a la niña, fue que ahí fue esa hora exactamente, no sé si en el 911 sale la llamada exacta de la hora que yo la hice, que fue cuando ya pasó todo.
You woke up at 7:20. Then you went to this pharmacy. Where is it located at?
Which pharmacy did you go to?
No recuerdo bien, pero es una que está por... No sé las calles exactamente, por eso no lo puedo decir, pero... Era...
Is it a CVS, a Rite Aid, a Walgreens? Which one?
I remember... like a Walgreens, I think so. I don't remember exactly the street.
At this point, despite her calm demeanor, Kristel knew her lies had been exposed.
Who was in the house? Who stayed in the house while you went out to go buy Desitin? Who was there with Jailyn?
Con Jailyn nadie estuvo ahí.
Nobody.
No.
Jailyn was by herself.
Por casi que 5 minutos, porque yo no me demoré
Like
casi
5 minutes. Okay, so the video is gonna show you leaving your house 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes before you bought the Desitin, and then showing you come back at 7:36. The video is gonna show you leaving 5 minutes before, right? Because the same video is gonna show us you leaving and coming back. Okay, it's gonna show us both. It's gonna show us you leaving and coming back. It's gonna show us the time that you left and the time that you came back. So what time did you leave the house to go buy the Desitin?
No recuerdo exactamente la hora.
No recuerdo.
Solo sé que me levanté 7:20 y...
She knows that she woke up at 7:20 in the morning.
You woke up at 7:20. You immediately just go to the pharmacy.
Exacto, a comprar.
To go buy. What I'm telling her is that same video is going to provide to us the information we need, you know, whether Jailyn was left alone for 5 minutes, Jailyn was left alone for a day, Jailyn was left alone for 2 days. That video is going to tell us that information. So this is your opportunity to tell us the truth. If Jailyn was left alone for a certain amount of time, this is the time for you to tell us.
So Kristel, I need you to be honest with us. Did you leave and go anywhere and leave Jailyn unattended? Like, did you go visit someone? Because we're going to retrieve camera footage, and I'd rather for you to be honest with us now if you did, versus we found out later and then, you know, don't want to run the risk of you getting, you know, possibly getting in more trouble.
We have you on video. Your car coming home at 7:36 in the morning. What time are we going to see you leaving your house, and when? What's the video going to show us? When we look at this video some more, it does not lie.
No lie.
What is the video going to show us? Is the video going to show us that you left your house on Friday? Because it's showing you coming back, but when is it showing you leaving? Because we're gonna look at the video and it's gonna show us, and it's not gonna lie. Think about your answer.
Detectives made it clear they had a precise timeline of when Kristel left her house and when she returned.
We came here today, we already knew that you had left your house.
Myself and Sergeant Gomez, I don't think you're a bad person. Sometimes good people make bad decisions. You know,
Yo siempre la cuido a mi hija, se lo prometo.
I promise you I've taken care of my daughter.
No, you don't sound a bad person at all, Shelly.
Nosotros no estamos diciendo que tú eres una persona mala. Tú estás aquí por peligro infantil. That's all. I'm gonna ask her a question. Please think about it really well before you answer. Okay? Were you home Monday through Friday of this week? ¿Tú estuviste en tu casa lunes a viernes esta semana? ¿O nosotros vamos a ver que tú te fuiste el lunes y regresaste el viernes? Sí. So my question to her is, were you at home Monday through Friday of this week? Or am I going to see on video that you were not home that whole week? Okay, ¿y la respuesta tuya es? Your answer is?
Sí,
sí, bueno.
Pueden ver.
¿Qué vamos a ver?
Que estaba ausente.
Que estaba ausente.
Sí.
You're going to see that I was absent.
Okay, Monday through Friday.
Explícame. She was with some friends in Detroit. Detroit where? Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan? Yeah.
She claimed she packed in a rush, barely thinking. But that didn't explain why Jailyn was left behind with nothing but a few bottles of milk. It also didn't explain why neighbors reported seeing Kristel abandon Jailyn before.
Not to leave her by herself. Not only me, my friend across the street too, but she always be here by herself.
In February 2024, Kristel pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and child endangerment. Her parents begged the court for leniency, blaming mental health struggles. They claimed she was unwell and not in her right mind, but the court wasn't convinced.
You committed the ultimate act of betrayal, leaving your baby terrified, alone, unprotected, to suffer what I heard was the most gruesome death imaginable, with no food, no water, no protection, and lying in her own feces.
On March 18, 2024, Kristel Candelario was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The case sent shockwaves through the nation.
This baby loved her mother, she needed her mother, and her mother betrayed her. Mothers usually want their children to have a long, happy life, but Candelario placed more importance on a vacation in Puerto Rico with her boyfriend.
How could a mother choose cocktails over her child? Jailyn's story stands as a grim reminder of what happens when love and protection are abandoned. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but sometimes it only takes one person to destroy them. Jailyn never had a village. She barely had one person to lean on. But even that one person walked away, leaving her behind, alone, abandoned, forgotten.